Live stream's on. All right. There we go. All right, looks like we're good to go. And let's get started. This is docket 4620, WR103, Village of Pewaukee. It's application for authority to adjust water rates. My name is Michael Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. We're connected on Zoom with utility, its consultant, commission staff, and looks like the media as well connected. We've made the connection available to members of the public. We may have a member of the public with us as well, so thank you all for joining us. So what we're doing here today is creating the record in the case. That'll be the documents we identify and verify under oath as exhibits, and comments live that we receive from the utility, commission staff, and members of the public who join us before we adjourn. We're also taking comments in writing from the public. They are due Friday, February 6th. They can be filed with the commission either through our internet website link or U.S. mail, and the instructions on how to do that are on the notice of hearing. The notice right now is being screen shared, and that's being live streamed as well on our YouTube channel. That live stream will then turn into a recording once we're done, and the recording will be part of the record as well. So just to show you on the notice of hearing, that's our link to our hearings YouTube channel, and documents in the case can be found at this link here on the notice of hearing. So we do with the record, once we've created that, we provide it to the decision maker in the case. And in this case, it is Andy Galvin, the administrator for the Division of Water Utility Regulation and Analysis. I only say that about 500 times a week and get it wrong most of the time. So Andy will review the record and make a decision. Then that decision will be transcribed into a final order that will be emailed to the utility and posted on the commission's website, again at this link here. So if you want to reference that when we're done, you can. Otherwise, that's all the preliminary items we need to discuss. Just getting the people all settled in here. So I have a couple people joining us. Looks like we may have some new members of the public joining us. Just wanted to say I'm Michael Newmark, Administrative Law Judge for the PSC at the Pewaukee rate case hearing. And for people who are observing or wish to participate, we will be taking public comments at the end. First, we'll have the utility verify its documents, then we'll move on to commission staff, and then take public comments. So, so let's get started with that process. We have an email I'm going to share sent to me from commission staff that identifies the documents I will receive for the record. There's 6 for the utility, 2 for the commission staff, and so far 2. Well, as of Tuesday morning, we have 2 comments on file from the public. So for the utility exhibits, who do we have in attendance that can verify those documents under oath?
Village Administrator Matt Heiser.
All right, so I'm going to swear you in. Raise your right hand. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do so swear.
All right, so for the record, just give us your name and title, please.
My name is Matt Heiser, and I'm the Village Administrator for the Village of Pewaukee.
Yeah, thanks for restating that. So can you see the screen share?
I can.
All right, so we have the documents listed as utility exhibits. We've numbered them 1 through 6. Are you familiar with those?
I am.
Are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
All right. Now, I can ask if you'd like to comment, give us any information you think the decision maker should know.
I don't have any information to add beyond what's already in the record.
Okay, that's fine. And I know that you have some other people in attendance on behalf of the utility, so if anyone else wishes to comment on behalf of the utility, it's now your chance to make a comment. No? All right, that's fine. So we'll move on to commission staff. We have 2 documents here, revenue requirement and cost service study and rate design. So for revenue requirement, we'll check that in. Kathleen Butzloff, I'll swear you in. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
And for the revenue requirement exhibit, are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Is it complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
All right. Do you have any comments?
I have one short comment at
Mhm.
this time, and then we may need to come back to utility exhibit number 6 later. So my comment at this time is in my exhibit, I had requested that the utility make 2 adjustments to the 2024 PSC annual report. The utility did make those adjustments and filed an amended report on November 4th, 2025. So that's been taken care of.
All right. And do you want me to open the other document then?
Um, I don't know. Did you want Eric to go first?
Oh, it sure, that's fine. It's not necessary. Since we have you here, we
Okay.
can have you continue with your comment. That's fine.
Okay, so our exhibits were issued earlier in this case. I mean, by that I mean the commission staff. For example, my exhibit was issued on October 30th, and then Eric's exhibit was issued on January 5th. And just a few days ago, the utility filed exhibit number 6, which was some questions that were answered and a request to phase in the rate increase. Um, since this was just filed a few days ago, commission staff did not have time to prepare any revised exhibits. But I did look at this information and the information that was in my original exhibit. Um, the utility near the bottom of this page, the second one from the bottom requested to split the rate increase into 2. It would be possible based on debt service and interest coverage requirements to propose a rate increase that would be 65% of the total increase for the first phase that would go into effect after the final decision is issued. And then the remaining portion of the rate increase, which is my original proposal, would go into effect no later than 1 year later, as the utility is requesting at the bottom of this page. So
Okay.
that is my response to this exhibit filed by the utility.
Okay. So then, in terms of actually getting the numbers crunched and presented for the decision maker, that's something we don't have available today.
Well, I can tell you what the percentage would be. So in my exhibit, I don't know if you want to share that or not,
Sure.
but on the bottom of Schedule 4, which is the 12th page of the PDF, okay, it shows that the staff proposed rate increase is 72%. If I prepared a portion of that for a phase 1 increase, it would be based on 3.5% rate of return. It would be a 47% rate increase approximately, and approximately $682,000. And then again, the remainder of the increase would be added on no later than 12 months later.
Okay, I see. So if staff was to refile the revenue requirement exhibit, you would just see that additional information on Schedule 4? Is that what we'd expect, or something else?
Yeah, or a schedule. Perhaps I could prepare a Schedule 3A that shows the full rate increase of the little over $1 million, and then the about 65% of it, what that number would be.
Okay, just curious what to expect, because I think
Yeah.
what we're getting to is that staff will need to, if this is going to be an option that staff's willing to present, it sounds like you are willing to go forward with that as an option for the decision maker. We'll need to just have a revised staff exhibits filed in the case with those adjustments.
Yes. So,
Okay.
if the utility was requesting that it be exactly 50% and 50%, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to propose that at this time, but
Right.
I'm willing to propose approximately 65% in the
Okay.
first phase if the utility is interested. in
Okay.
us preparing those revised exhibits.
And then, of course, the cost, service study, and rate design. I guess the rate design at least would need to be modified too, right?
Yes, we would need a revised exhibit for that also.
Okay. So can you just give us a little bit more information in terms of what the issue is for the 65% for the first phase? You said it was a debt service problem, or?
We have some minimum requirements for debt service. So typically we want to see at least 1.25 times debt service and at least 1.5 times interest coverage. So at about 65% of the rate increase in the first phase, that would provide just over the 1.5 times interest coverage.
Okay. And that's just for the financial health of the utility. What's the rationale for?
Yes, that's for the financial health of the utility and making sure that it has enough cash flow to meet the debt metrics and make the interest payments until it implements the second phase.
Okay. And then just, I guess, one more thing. The timing of the phases, can you just be a little more, do you have specific dates, or is it like the day that the first phase goes into effect and it would be exactly a year after when the second phase goes into effect? Is that correct?
I believe the order would say something about 12 months later, but we typically allow a couple days leeway so the utility can match up with a meter reading
Oh, yeah.
and
Sure.
not have to prorate either of the increase phases.
Okay. But it would be a date certain.
Right. Typically utilities are allowed to request something a little shorter, perhaps for the financial needs. If the utility had requested to put it into effect 6 or 9 months later, we would consider this, but typically we don't want to see more than 12 months until the next phase is implemented, and that is what the utility has requested in this document.
Looks like a maximum of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, we could propose 12 months.
Okay, great. All right, so as far as your testimony then, we'd be expecting to see a revised revenue requirement get filed. Can you give us a ballpark of the timing for that? Nothing, I won't hold you to anything specific, but just so we get an idea.
Would 2 weeks be adequate?
No, yeah, that's
would
whatever
that
you
be
need.
reasonable?
Whatever you need, yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay, and then so we can discuss this, but for both documents, we'll have those revised revenue requirement and cost, service, state, and rate design exhibits. So what I'll need just to complete the circle here, I'll have let's do this. So let's have staff, if they can, file both exhibits, revised exhibits, on the same day, whichever that day is. That's up to you guys. But then I can give the utility some time to be able to file a response, just a written response, agreeing or disagreeing to that proposal. And I don't know if you need a whole lot of time for that, but I would expect maybe a week or two to file a response, and then we can move the case forward. But I will need to get some sort of response from the utility so that we know what the position of the utility is on the staff proposal. The new revised rate design and revenue requirements. So let me just ask the utility if that is a week okay, maybe 2 weeks. What do you think? Oh, you're muted, Matt. Here you go.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, so we will be, so staff has offered to refile the revenue requirement and cost, service study, and rate design exhibit to reflect the staff proposed phase-in of rates, with the 65% for the first phase and then 12 months for the remaining increase. So staff is going to need to refile those documents, and I would like to get the utility to respond to that, either for or against, just so we have that squared away for the record, for the decision maker to know what the utility's position is on that. So assuming it'll take a few weeks for those documents to come in, then how much time should we allow for, should I allow for the utility to respond? I don't know if like 1 week might be enough, or maybe just give you 2, because I guess you don't really know what you're going to see. I mean, we basically understand what the proposal is, but you won't see the details until you get the document.
So are you asking how long before we implement the new rate?
How long do you need to respond to the document?
To,
The phase-in proposal.
yeah, 1 week would be fine.
1 week? Okay, so let's
Yeah.
do that. So a week after the staff exhibits are refiled, we'll expect to see a utility response. Okay, so I think that's all we need for you, Kathleen. Anything you can think of?
No, I would just want to give Eric an opportunity to respond on the record too, if the 2 weeks is adequate for him.
Okay, well, I'll take Eric next, and he can chime in for that. So Eric, you're up next. So let me swear you in. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I can't hear you for some reason. Yeah, maybe it's your headset.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, just answer that question for me.
I do.
Okay, perfect. All right, great. So in terms of cost service study and rate design, at least for the one we have filed, are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
And at this time, on when you filed it, was it complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
And I guess it hasn't changed in substance, just we'll be adding some other options. So, in fact, hang on just a second. So I guess it'll be up to the decision maker to choose a phase-in or not. So I guess we need to back up a little bit. I'm sorry about this, but thinking about it a little bit more, we should still have the option for a rate increase going forward immediately in one step. So we'll need to add in the information for the phasing of the increase. And so for the cost service study and rate design, we would add in the phasing as well. So so I don't know if it's easier to put that into a new document, or should we just have a separate document with that phase-in? Because the rates aren't incorrect as they're filed right now. We're just presenting another option. So at least for the cost service study and rate design, would you rather have 2 documents, or you want to change what you have to reflect both options?
Commission staff can issue a revised exhibit listing both options.
Okay, so that's, I mean, if you can't, we can deal with that. Just want to know what to expect at this point. So in terms of that revised cost service study and rate design, we're settling on 2 weeks possibly for the refile. Is that enough time for you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Let me know.
Yeah. No, the obviously the cost of service will
That'll be the same.
need to be completed after the revenue requirement, and that can be again worked on in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay, so once those are in, and you just file those together, file the revenue requirement and cost service study and rate design exhibits at the same time, and then we'll get the response from utility in a week. So, okay, so anything you wanted to add? Any other comments you want to add? Or?
Not at this time.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I know we have a number of members of the public in attendance. And let's see. So it is an opportunity for the public to comment. So I'm going to open that up for you guys. I'm just going to go through the list that I have in the order that I have them in. So we have Linda Martinez. You're muted and your camera's off, but I'll give you a chance to unmute if you do want to comment as a member of the public. Okay, how about Mark? Just plain old Mark. Would you like to comment? Just got to unmute, and if you can turn your camera on, appreciate that too. Nothing from Mark. Sam, I can see you on the screen there. Would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I would. Am I
All right.
limited to time? I think it would only take 3 or 4 minutes to deliver my testimony.
Not at all. I'm going to swear you in first, so raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, so give us your name and comment, please.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. My name is Samuel Liebert. I'm a resident of the village of Pewaukee. My address is 435 High Street. For background purposes, I am a former city council member for my hometown of Janesville, Wisconsin. I have also worked in administrative roles in 3 different Wisconsin communities, and I also hold a bachelor's degree in public policy and a master's in public administration from UW-Milwaukee. So to say I do have some extensive background in municipal and state law and public policy at large. I do want to start out by saying that I want to be clear at the outset. I do not fault the village staff or the water utility for bringing this application forward. The village is responding to mandatory DNR orders to address radium and PFAS contamination and to decades of underinvestment in water infrastructure that local governments did not create on their own. However, I strongly do oppose placing the full cost of this compliance, nearly a 70% water rate increase, on the village of Pewaukee residents. As many of you know, if approved, this proposal would raise the average residential quarterly water bill from $95.76 to $162.69, an increase of almost $67 per quarter. For many households, especially seniors, renters, working families, and people on fixed incomes, this is not a marginal increase. It is a real financial shock. This increase is not the result of local mismanagement or discretionary spending, but it is a result of state-level policy failure. Wisconsin's local governments are being ordered to solve serious health public problems, whether that's PFAS, radium, our aging infrastructure, without being given the financial tools to do so. At the same time, the Wisconsin legislature has chosen to sit on a massive state surplus while continuing to restrict shared revenue, limit our local flexibility, and provide little to no direct assistance with water infrastructure compliance. So this is the core problem. The state mandates the fix but refuses to fund it, leaving residents to pay the price through utility bills. Clean, safe drinking water is a public good. It should not depend on a community's ability to absorb sudden, drastic rate increases. When the state fails to invest in local infrastructure, costs do not disappear, but they are simply shifted onto us, the ratepayers. I would urge the Public Service Commission to consider whether this level of increase is reasonable without stronger state partnership and funding. And I urge anyone listening to our state policymakers and the state legislature to stop forcing municipalities like the village of Pewaukee into impossible choices between public health compliance and affordability. This rate increase is not just about water bills, but it's about whether Wisconsin will continue to abandon local governments while claiming record fiscal strength. I thank the PSC for their time and for the service to our state, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today.
All right, I appreciate your comment. Very well said. So I haven't gone through our list completely here. I'm assuming that these people don't want to speak, but I want to just make sure I invite them. So just if you do need to speak, just unmute. So just Spectrum News, Wisconsin, and TMJ4 News. Not expecting a comment, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Okay. Don't see them unmuting. Okay, so I've provided an opportunity for everyone that is not part of the utility or commission staff a chance to speak. And I do want to reiterate the public written public comment process here until February 6th to file a comment in writing. I recommend you use the internet link at this point to get your comment in on time. Still, there's an option to mail it to us, but I don't know if we'll get that mailing in by Friday. So I just want to make sure people are aware of that. And at this point, I think we have everything we need for the record. We'll be expecting those post-hearing filings. Hopefully that will preclude any need for any additional process once we get the utilities response. I guess I can always entertain some other additional process in case there's a controversy with what is being proposed. But hopefully the staff and the utility can reach an agreement on that without us needing to do that. Otherwise, I think we're done. So thanks very much, everybody. Let me just ask before I adjourn, anything else we need to address? Other issues? No? Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot. We're adjourned. Take care.